Welcome back to Ed Games and Hobbies, guys. I'm Justin. Here with me is Grant today. Rob is on his off week. How you doing, Grant?
I'm doing well, man. How about yourself, Justin?
I'm doing okay.
Little disappointed?
I am a little disappointed. So, unfortunately, End Games had to cancel their the Houston City Open. They were planning on hosting 2 weeks from today. The store owners just had weren't impressed with the level of interest at this point. There was it was really short notice, and yeah.
With only 2 weeks away and only 8 people showed up, it was hard to validate
Justify,
putting it off.
right.
Yeah. So we're not going to cancel it in completion.
We're just postponing it for now. So we will be announcing it hopefully soon with a new date on it. We just really want to put out the best content and hold the best event that we possibly can, and that just wasn't going to happen 2 weeks from today. It wasn't going to be like a premier level event like we were wanting it to be. So it's postponed for now. So but definitely keep an eye out. We're still really excited about it. We do. Paul is moving forward on working on the prize support, so hopefully we can share that with you guys leading up to the new date that we can get for it.
We have caught glimpses of them, and they are awesome, so we are very excited to show y'all.
Yeah, we are definitely really excited. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into our featured match today. We have Dakota playing off against Desmond. Dakota's running Jango, Nines, Ciena Ray, single die of each. Interesting deck.
Yeah, it was when it popped up, I was just like, huh.
Yeah, and that's kind of one of the reasons that we wanted to, have it on our featured table here, was just to see what it might be capable of. We don't have the deck list, so I don't know if he's running any new Red Villain economy cards like Mobilize or. It's just very interesting because Ciena Ray's ability doesn't really mesh well with Jango or Nines.
Yeah, and most of the time you're going to be spending that money on upgrades, so I'm not really sure what the thought process is here, but I'm interested to see.
And Ciena Ray does have 2 damage sides, and for her point cost, that's really good.
Yeah, true.
Also with the 2 resource sides. So Desmond rolls in Mace. He's got a 2 damage and a 1 resource. I've played Mace a little bit, and I haven't been extremely impressed with him. Have you gotten to try him out a little bit?
I have gotten a chance to try him out. I have only done it with the Padawan version because, in my opinion, that is the best version. I know, like I just said, I'm a little contradictory here, stating that I've only played one version, but I have watched several games of Mace Maz or Mace Rebel Trooper, and I think that the ability to overwhelm your opponent with dice with the Padawan ability and it binds all things is just far superior to anything you gain from the other versions.
And Destiny on that 4 side on Mace
is,
it always felt bad to me playing Destiny and removing 2 dice, but when you can remove 1 die and get out a big upgrade, that's really, really powerful.
Agreed. Dakota playing a Swiftness play, not something you see a lot.
Swiftness is a card that I really like. It has its place in certain decks, but especially Han. I think Swiftness belongs in any Han deck.
Agreed.
The ability just for him to get 2 shields and to add ambush to any card is wonderful.
Yeah.
Dakota is rolling very poorly at the moment. Blank on Jango, blank on Ciena Ray.
This is honestly kind of a poor matchup for Dakota because Mace has that potential to just blow out one of his characters every round.
Well, Dakota does have 2 pretty decently healthy characters in Jango and Nines.
That's true.
I could see it if maybe he was running the 5 dice deck with Ciena with Bala and a Guavian or a Night Sister. But yes, Mace's ability does come into play far more than you would expect.
Oh, yeah. I hope Dakota is running best defense because that's honestly what Ciena Ray is probably going to be best for in this matchup against Mace, getting both of his dice off the table as soon as he comes in.
Yeah, and maybe that's his thinking is to be able to use Ciena Ray for best defense and maybe even effects like leadership once he gets his characters stacked with upgrades.
True.
I see he's still running that Commanding Presence from last week. And again, Dakota's limited a little bit more in his card pool choices than other players in our area, but he's still a decent player.
And he puts together some pretty cool things.
So playing, we have them now, or I have you now. It's a new one-cost red neutral event. It lets you turn any die to a side showing damage, melee or ranged. So not only is it good offensively, but you could use it defensively, maybe to spend mace from that 4 damage down to a 2 damage.
Yeah, it's almost like use the Force, almost, except better because it's 0.
So Dakota making the wise decision and just going right for mace.
Yeah.
I mean, Maz, I found, especially after playing Pomaz a little bit towards the end of the SOR meta, I was playing it a lot to help some friends test that were going to end up going to Nova. And one of the things I learned is that, Maz doesn't do that much, honestly. She's an enabler.
Yep.
And once her partner dies, she just kind of piddles around a little bit.
She is the definition of a support character, which is not something you see a lot in Destiny. Mace gets another 2-side.
A 2 and a blank. And so Desmond's holding on to Impersonate. So this was something that I tried in my Mace Windu deck. I tried Mace Windu with a hired gun. And I had a lot of resource generation, things like Hidden Agenda, Stolen Cash, Truce. Ran the Rebel War Room to be able to claim and deal damage. And I also had the Impersonate in there to move potentially 9 damage from Mace over to that hired gun.
Yeah.
So Hindrax is asking how many FN decks did players bring. I believe we only have...
This is the one. This is
one.
The only FN
yeah, we
deck.
have one. We have 10 players here today, and only one of them brought 9s.
Most of the players in our meta are kind of avoiding 9s just because they know that the errata is inevitable at this point. So they don't bother trying to put together an Empire War deck for them. And I think that that's probably the right way to go.
One thing that's really interesting to me is there's not a single new Kylo deck.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's really strong.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, if I was playing today, I probably would be playing like a new Kylo Phasma. Yeah. Honestly, I think that's a really strong deck. It had a pretty good showing in the Australian Nationals that took place this weekend. So Desmond just looking through his hand, seeing what he wants to discard, or maybe he's gonna play Unpredictable.
That would be.
So he's unpredictabling the Maz die.
I don't know if that's the right call.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was looking for there.
Dakota must not be seeing any upgrades.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I mean, he got the Commanding Presence, but...
Right.
Just getting that 4-for-1.
Yep.
Maybe that's what he wanted. Maybe he just wanted the focus to get the consistency of the 4-for-1. But I think I still re-roll the Mace die instead.
Yeah, I mean, Mace has a 50% damage sides, so...
Down goes FN. Something everybody likes to see.
I mean, Mace is pretty comparable to Poe when you think about it, with Poe's special often being a 4 damage side or higher. And, if you can hit that reliably, which Maz can enable, she only has a 33% chance of hitting focus on a single die. But, if you hit that 2 turns in a row...
you'll be doing some nasty things.
Yeah, that's pretty much a dead character, and you can like remove the other Mace die to instantly kill him.
Right. And that's what I was saying earlier, that, that's the blowout potential of Mace in this matchup with all the low-cost characters, or the low-health characters. Like, we just saw 9s go down in round 2. And Mace is the only one dealing damage.
And that's probably also partly Dakota not being able to draw any dice removal.
Or upgrades.
Right. And it looks like he's got him now. He's got a handful. He's got a IQA. I can't see what else, but...
They just came around too late. What do you think the odds are of Dakota pulling this out? Low?
Very, very low. I'm rooting for him, though.
Yeah, same. I would love to see it. Mace does have some damage on him, though. He's got, 6 damage on him?
I mean, we've seen some of the young players in our area, come back from deficits. It's been...
Oh, yeah.
And had some pretty exciting games. Dakota choosing to take the resources.
Sitting on 5 resources. Good lord. He needs
No
that
focus.
Maz. Yeah,
all right,
there we
all
go.
right. So Maz rolling in with a pistol. He's gonna shoot. Who's he gonna go for?
Oh, Jango.
Okay. Oh, Jango had it. So Jango had a shield.
Yep, he put the shield on him at the beginning.
So do you think that Jango is still playable now with Cad Bane around?
It's really interesting because...
I mean, a lot of people, even in Spirit of Rebellion, thought that Jango was, not very good. But I still think that his action economy that he offers can be really destructive at times.
We'll get back to Jango in a second, but I just want to point out that Dakota just played a Sonic Cannon.
That's
he's gonna
pretty.
roll it out.
That's pretty scary.
Oh, it's awful.
But I don't believe he has any resources, so
No, yeah.
he only has a 1 in 6 shot to hit it.
Right.
And one thing, I wonder if Dakota knows this, but Ciena can only she can't ready that Sonic Cannon.
Right.
Because the Sonic Cannon is just a support artillery; it's not a vehicle.
Correct.
And Ciena's ability reads that you can ready a vehicle. And Desmond, oh my goodness, 8 damage.
Oh, well then. And Dakota
Man,
left
if
himself.
Desmond keeps rolling like this, I wouldn't be surprised if he takes down the whole tournament.
Yeah. But back to Jango, the thing about it is that he was so dominant in Awakenings, but when it comes to when you look at the point cost of characters now, I just don't think that he's playable in an elite version.
Yeah, I mean, when you can play the new Phasma, who has better sides, she
Much
has
better
all
die
black
sides.
sides. She has 3 damage sides, just like Jango. She has the focus, which is way better than the +1 resource.
Yep.
Yeah, and the same health for 3 less points. Makes it very difficult.
Yeah, it's hard to justify. Especially when Cad Bane is 17 and Jango's 16.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's the amount of power creep that we're seeing, if that's out of necessity to keep people interested, but it's really sad to see some of these cards go back into the binder and not get as much use.
Yeah. Man, if Dakota gets that Sonic Cannon to roll well and doesn't have to pay for it with the character exhaustion, he could still pull this out.
I mean, Desmond just keeps rolling 4 damage every time. And Dakota can't do anything about it.
Yeah, he can't seem to roll damage. No, don't roll it.
Oh,
no, Dakota! Oh. I wanted that free, man.
And this Sonic Cannon is that, that's probably one of those things that is just like, oh, I pulled a legendary, like, let's play it. And,
Yeah.
that's what Destiny's all about. It's about having fun and, building crazy things.
Yeah, Hendrix, we actually did see Boba get released this past week, and he's pretty interesting.
Yeah, at first glance, I wasn't very impressed with Boba, but I started thinking about it with all these... Like, I played against a Thronkar Vehicles deck the other day, and, I mean, he was rolling 2 Sonic Cannons in that had...
Yeah.
I mean, I got 2 Force Throws down on the board, but he just kept having to control them. But, if you think about Boba, if you get that special, and you can, it's potentially, like, 6 damage.
Yep.
Depending on the matchup.
The character I was most disappointed with was Obi-Wan.
Yeah, actually, I think Obi-Wan Maz could be really nasty.
It could be. Especially because you get to run the elite version of Maz, but...
Yeah, I saw that you had made a comment that Obi-Wan should have had 2 shield side.
Yeah.
Or a 2 shield side, yeah.
It just would have made so much more sense.
So let's see what Dakota, if he's going to re-roll anything, try to get some use out of that Sonic Cannon.
He has to. He's got to re-roll it. Oh, no.
Oh, it looks like he claimed already.
Oh, man. I think he needed
He's got
to get some value.
He's got a fistful of upgrades now that his 2 main characters are down.
So do you think that you go ahead and pay for the Sonic Cannon when you roll it, or do you just go ahead and try to exhaust for the free pay? At this point with 4 resources...
If Sonic Cannon was a vehicle, I'd say exhaust it and ready it with Ciena, but... I don't know. I think you roll her out and hope to hit that +2 with the 6.
I agree.
And just get as much damage done as you can. I mean, it depends on how many pieces of remove. Oh my gosh. Maybe people that play Sonic Cannons on our stream are just cursed.
Yeah, I think so.
Did you see the game with Mike a couple weeks ago? He was playing Thronkar Vehicles.
I missed it.
His Sonic Cannon rolled a blank every single round. One round, I think he re-rolled it 3 or 4 times and it hit into a blank.
Desmond's just rolling out more blowout damage.
I don't think there's been there's only been like one turn where he's not hit damage on both or on at least one mace die.
Yeah.
And Dakota, man, still no removal.
Yeah, I think he's sitting dead in the water at this point, unfortunately. I think he still had a chance when Jango was up and the Sonic Cannon came on the board, but rolling blanks over and over and over again really hurts.
Yep. So it looks like a flamethrower, or no, the Rebel mortar gun.
Yep.
Very powerful weapon. And Desmond hitting the focus again, 4 damage. Whew.
It's so nasty. He's improved his Mace.
I mean, here's the thing about Mace Maz though. If you're hitting, so Desmond's changing his mind.
I think he's explaining.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's. So the thing about Mace Maz though is that Desmond has used. He has not built up a board state at all.
Yeah.
He's used his resources to fuel that 4 for one side every round. He hasn't had to play a single piece of removal, I don't think.
I don't think so either.
Just with how poorly Dakota rolled and drew.
Which is crazy. Again, it speaks volumes to the Mace deck itself, because when you're not playing control, you should at least have 2 upgrades on the board at this point.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying is that a deck that can output similar damage to Mace, but has the ability to build up their board is just gonna crush him.
Yeah.
Especially when his dice are actually getting removed.
Yep. Oh, he's playing lightsaber pull. That's a little greedy.
And maybe Desmond just hasn't drawn some of the economy cards like Stolen Cash and Truce and Hidden Agenda, which I think if you're playing yellow with Mace, you want all of those.
Yeah. I still think that if you're playing Mace, no matter what version, It Binds All Things belongs in your deck. Just because of what we just talked about, where the character itself will eat your economy, so you need something to help you get those upgrades out. Yeah, Hendrix, we actually have a guy that's here today, Matt. He actually drew a Mace Windu and Master of the Council in all 5 of his boxes.
Matthew did?
Yes.
Oh, that's why he's trying to trade them all away.
Yeah.
So Desmond looks like he got an Ancient Lightsaber and a Master of the Council. That's that's like a $70 5-card hand right there.
That's pretty nice.
So Dakota's gonna play another weapon. Captain Phasma's Blaster? Is that what that is?
Yes.
So yeah, Captain Phasma's Blaster from the 2-player starter. So he's got some good upgrades, but he has 0 money to fuel the Sonic Cannon this round, unless he happens to roll that 3, which blank again. I was gonna call it. And Dakota, you see the frustration, man. We feel for you, buddy.
He's probably thinking about trading that card in today.
Yep. So Desmond just gonna roll out Mace.
Kill damage, I'm sure.
4 damage again. What is this, Desmond? Man.
So if he gets the focus, he'll have Fatal on the board.
Yep.
Wow.
No, he has it anyways. He just deals this 4 and then Mace action to kill her.
Oh, that's right.
If he remembers.
Oh, he's gonna remember. He's been playing Mace Maz since Empire War came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was actually played at our first Empire tournament with Mace Maz.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know if we got to see that on stream, but I remember he had brought it. You probably played in that tournament, didn't you?
I did.
So
I doubt Dakota even realizes it.
So Dakota dealing 6 damage. Nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, he almost got Mace down.
And it looks like Desmond forgot the shield on Mace, but I mean, at this point.
Yeah, he's probably just like, well, the game's over. Just trying to get it over with.
Well, and yeah, Desmond Mace action to assassinate Ciena Ray.
I do think that is a cool power, but at Mace's health and point cost, it's difficult to play him.
Yeah, he's... I don't know. The 50% damage sides are so good. Yeah. Like, him and a Padawan with Close Quarters Assault and, Reaping the Crystal is...
Reaping the Crystal is such a great card.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Just pretty much it saves. It's like any economy card, but you don't have to remove dice. You don't have to, give up an action.
That's the one, in my opinion, what makes it so strong is that you don't have to give up an action to use it. So you can Reaping a Crystal, a lightsaber, round 1.
Right, and that's 1 cost on the Padawan if you have her. So,
what do you guys think of Mace? Do you guys think that he's in a good place? What do you think his best pairing is? You guys tell us.
Yeah. So Hendrix is saying, pretty sure I've seen Mace kill Jango in the movies. That's true. Although I don't think he got assassinated. Did he get Mace assassinated in this game?
Yeah. No.
He dealt like 4 for 1. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good catch. I can't believe we didn't see that.
Good call, Hendrix.
But yeah, Mace is powerful. I still don't believe that Maz is the best partner, but we'll see if Desmond can keep this up. Hopefully he can, and we can see this deck back on stream and see what else he has. Looks like he's got lightsaber pulls, ancient sabers, riposte even, which is. It seems like you'd want to be using your shields defensively.
Yeah, definitely.
With this deck, but I mean, anything that pushes your pushes damage further, like that's what I found in running Ahsoka with Kanan is being able to combo Fearless and Riposte and Caution and Riposte to finish their main character before they've dealt that much damage. 3 damage out of nowhere is fantastic, out of hand for free.
Yeah. Desmond and I have actually had that discussion about Riposte and Mace, and my point to him was Mace is an all-in character. Mm-hmm. When you're playing Mace, you want to try to get people killed and off the board as fast as possible.
Yeah, I could see that. Except with the Rebel Trooper version, I think that one's a little more like mid-range.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Like control, but let's see, he's also got like Electroshock, Guard.
Electroshock is risky because some people may just roll out fat damage round 1 and decide to get Maz out of there.
No way, dude. No way.
Some people play that way. I don't agree with it, but that's how a lot of people felt playing against Poe Maz.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it depends. That also depended on the battlefield, because Poe abused the battlefield. Mace doesn't really abuse the battlefield.
That's true.
He rolls 4s and
this just obliterates.
He kills you even if you have a Force Illusion and shields. So. All right, guys, so that's it for round 1. We'll be back shortly for round 2. Stay tuned.